First thing we're going to do to get our bacon together is build our cure that's going to have a lot of seasonings in it. We're going to start out with 1/4 cup of kosher salt, and then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of pink curing salt, and this is the Prague powder number 1. I'm going to follow that up with 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of red pepper flakes, 2 tablespoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of ground coriander, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground allspice. And I'm just going to take my whisk and we're going to get that completely mixed up, and then we're going to set it aside while we get our pork belly out. Okay, I've got a 5-pound segment of a pork belly here. I have removed the skin from this side, and what I'm going to do to start this process is I'm going to pour a little bit of maple syrup on that and just rub it in with my hands, and then we're going to take some of our curing blend that we put together with the other hand, and we're going to rub it in real well and get this side completely coated. And then when we get that coated, we're just going to give it a flip and do the same thing to the other side. We're going to rub on a little bit of this pure maple syrup, and then we're going to get the rest of our seasoning on there. We're going to use all of that seasoning we made. It doesn't really matter how evenly you get this spread, you just want all of it on the meat. And now that I have that on there, we have to let this cure for 8 to 10 days. I like to go for 10 days on it. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to vacuum seal this one in a vacuum seal bag. If you don't want to vacuum seal it, put it in a Ziploc bag or put it in a glass dish with a lid or plastic on top. But you're going to want to seal this up one way or the other and put it back in the refrigerator for 10 days. And every other day or so, you're going to want to give it a flip, because this is going to draw out a lot of moisture out of this meat. So we'll see you in 10 days. Okay, our cure is finished, and I'm just going to open this guy up in the sink, and we're going to rinse it off completely. I'm going to rinse it off completely with cold water, and then I'm going to fill the sink with cold water and run it full, and we're going to let this soak for about an hour while we get the grill started. Okay, we're going to fire up the Traeger Timberline. I'm going to slow smoke this bacon as low as possible using the super smoke mode. I'm just going to leave it set for 165, and we're going to ignite it, and we're going to turn on super smoke. This bacon basically is already cured and ready to cook. All we're going to do in this stage is add smoke, so the grill will warm up and then we'll come back and put it on. Alright guys, our Traeger's up to temperature, so I'm going to crack the lid open, and we're going to throw this big old pork belly on here. And we're going to smoke that guy until we get an internal temperature in that meat up somewhere around 150, 155. We don't want to cook it because, like I said, we're just going to smoke. So we'll start the timer and we'll be back in several hours when this is done. Alright, we've had the Traeger rolling for about 4 hours here, and this has a beautiful color on it. This is about where I want it. My internal temperature has not gone all the way to 150 like I said I was going to go. It's up about 125 or so, which is fine. I'm going to pull this and we're going to let it cool. Okay guys, I've chilled this bacon, so we're going to slice it up, or slice into it, so we can have a look. Let's have a look at that. That looks beautiful. So this is just a quick video, you know, on how to make your bacon, how to cure it. I'm going to take these and I'm going to vacuum seal them and freeze a good bit of it and bring it out as needed. So guys, give this a try and let me know what you think.